So today I'm going to be making a venison smash burger. So I'd like you to start with grinding up your meat. I used the smallest disc that my grinder came with, and I only ground it one time. So uh, after you get done grinding it, mix it into a meatball. I also did not use any beef fat or pork fat. I just used venison and went ahead and ground up the silver skin as well. I have heard to use beef fat or pork fat in the past, but honestly, you don't need it. Venison is an amazing meat just by itself. I've heard before that, oh, it's going to dry out. You need to do a double grind. I just ground it once, and that's all it needs. Trust me on this, it's going to be the best burger you've ever had. So melt the butter in your pan. You don't need a whole lot. And I'm going to be doing these like a traditional Southern California smash burger type style. Just go ahead and get your butter melted, and this is going to add some moisture to the patty as well. Venison meat is definitely by far the best meat you're ever going to have. And I think that mixing it with any other type of meat is just kind of a bad thing, to be honest with you. You can, but I don't think you need to. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But go ahead and smash your burger down, and like I did, I really got in there and smashed it. You want to smash as much as possible around the edges because you want those to get nice and crispy. And like I said, don't hold back. Just go ahead and you know smash it as much as you can, and make sure that your skillet is nice and hot. I used a cast iron skillet with this. One problem that you may run into is it sticking to your spatula a little bit. If you want, you can just go ahead and rub the spatula on the butter in the pan, and that'll help it not stick. So next, add your cheddar cheese, and I put it right down into the pan. And a lot of people think that, oh, if you put cheese on a pan, it's going to stick. That's not the case. Just go ahead, put it right down into there, and let it cook right with your patty. And this is the way they do it in Southern California. A lot of other places too. But the cool part about this is you can go ahead and pick your patty up, put it on top of the cheese, and then you can flip it all at the same time. Another thing that you can do with this, if you choose to, is add your jalapenos right now to the top of the cheese, and that way everything will be kind of combined into it that you want to. So you don't have to put the jalapenos on top later. So you can do that with anything. You can add onions to your cheese right now. You can add jalapenos. I just went with jalapenos today just because I like pickled jalapenos. And I think that they go really well with the chipotle mayo that I'm going to be creating here later. So go ahead and grab your patty, put it on top of the cheese, and then you're going to go underneath. Once it's started to fry a little bit, flip it all together, and then you've got a beautiful piece of crispy cheese right on top of your burger. And honestly, this is probably my favorite way to cook a burger now. I used to like really thick patties, but I just found that the thinner the patty, the crispier it gets, and faster it cooks, and all around it makes for a really great burger. So you can put your jalapeno on top right now too if you decide to, or whatever topping you want to make with that. I find that pickled jalapenos go really good with game meat. But I guess that's just what I was in the mood to cook today. But you can add anything. And kind of the secret weapon with this whole thing, if you will, is the caramelized onions. Caramelized onions go great on pretty much everything, but I really like them in a burger. So now the burger's done. simple as that. Couldn't be cooked any easier or quicker. That took all of 2 minutes. Then just go ahead and I use brioche bread instead of a regular classic bun. I just really like slices of bread instead of using a bun, to be honest with you, but you can use a bun here if you need to. Just go ahead and put some butter back down in the pan, and if the skillet's hot, it's not going to take more than like 30 seconds on each side, and they're going to be done. So just go ahead and take those out of the pan, and next we're going to mix up our chipotle mayo, and it's just as simple as that. Just use a little bit of mayo. I like the avocado oil mayo just because it's got healthier fats in it. But whatever you have around that you want to use to your choosing is just fine. So I tried to show exactly how much I got in there, but as you can see, I put about an ounce of mayo in there, and then I used some of the McCormick's chipotle seasoning. So chipotle chili seasoning from McCormick. You can get that at any grocery store for the most part. If not, they'll have something similar. Then just mix it all together. And we're just going to go ahead and put that on our bread. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of people use beef fat, a lot of people use pork fat. I don't do that. It took me a lot of time to be able to get this deer, and I think that we've really lost a connection with our food from buying things from the store, and being able to go out, get your own meat, process your own meat, and is definitely a lost art. It's just not even an art. It's just a lost way of how we used to live. So just go ahead and put that on your bread. Chipotle mayo. A lot of people say that Chipotle is kind of spicy, but I honestly think that it's not too spicy. So just go with your palate, however much you want to add. And as you can see, the burger is done. And it's, as you can see, it's not dried out at all. It's actually a very, very juicy burger. And honestly, it's definitely one of the juiciest burgers I've ever had. I didn't add any fat to it. So try this out for yourself and tell me how it goes. Okay, so did the venison smash burger. No beef fat, no pork fat, just straight venison. Using the smallest die that it comes with, smallest plate, whatever you want to call it, comes with your grinder. Run it through one time only, and you're gonna get amazing burgers. I don't know why people always say to use pork fat or beef fat. I've done that before, and I was never happy with the results, so I just decided that I would try it just with venison, and I couldn't be happier. I'm never gonna make a burger any differently now, or meatballs or anything like that. The only thing different that I did with this is that I did not a dry age, but I covered it in salt and left it in my fridge for overnight. And I put a little bit of garlic on top of it when I put it through the grinder. And that's it. You don't have to do it that way if you don't want to, but I just really like to cover mine in salt and let it sit in the fridge overnight. And make sure you use kosher salt if you decide to do that. But all you have to do is try it. I know it's going to be awesome. But all right, here we go. Best burger you're ever gonna have. The one thing that really takes this to another level is the onions, caramelized onions on top. I put those on top of about every burger, but that's to your preference, whatever you want to do. All I did was caramelize them in a cast iron pan for about 45 minutes. And the flavor combined with the cheese and the meat and the jalapenos just really gives it a really amazing, unique flavor. And I think that if you do this, it's going to be your favorite way of making deer burger from here on out. Really like to try to make some sausage this way too, and just see how that turns out. And you know, I'm just really happy with the results. So let me know what you think. Subscribe and leave a like if you feel like it. So yeah, and let me know if anybody else tried this and you know what happened with them. So yeah, thanks a lot. Catch me next time.